It is the coldest, driest, and highest continent on Earth, a realm of brilliant white stretching further than the eye can see. Antarctica, an alien landscape on our own planet, holding 90% of the world's ice and 70% of its fresh water. To most of us, it's a remote, lifeless wasteland, a final frontier reserved for scientists and the hardiest of explorers. But what if this frozen desert is not as empty as it seems? What if beneath this 2-mile thick shield of ice, secrets are hiding? Secrets about our planet's past, and perhaps secrets that powerful forces want to remain buried forever. The Antarctic Treaty of 1959 designated it a continent for peace and science, banning all military activity. But this protection also creates a veil of restriction, limiting access and fueling speculation about what those international scientific outposts are really doing there. For decades, whispers and theories have swirled around this forbidden continent. Tales of ancient maps showing an ice-free land, potentially the historical basis for Atlantis. Enormous lakes of liquid water sealed off from the world, containing life forms unknown to science. Secret military operations hunting for advanced wartime technology, and unidentified objects seen diving into the frigid Southern Ocean. Are these just wild conspiracy theories, born from the continent's isolation? Or, as with many great mysteries, is there a kernel of truth at the center of the story? Today, we're going on a journey to the bottom of the world. We'll examine the evidence, separate fact from fiction, and ask the question, what is really going on in Antarctica? Our first mystery takes us back not to the ice itself, but to a dusty library shelf in Istanbul's Topkapi Palace in 1929. There, a German theologian discovered a fragment of a map drawn on gazelle skin, dated to the year 1513. It was signed by a Turkish admiral and cartographer named Piri Reis, a celebrated figure in the Ottoman Navy. The map is remarkable for many reasons. It shows the coastlines of West Africa and South America with incredible accuracy for its time, especially regarding longitude, which was notoriously difficult to calculate in the 16th century. But it's the bottom portion of the map that has puzzled historians and researchers for nearly a century. It appears to show a landmass extending from the southern tip of South America. The problem? This coastline looks eerily similar to the coast of Queen Maud Land in Antarctica. And here's the kicker. It's depicted without any ice. The official discovery of Antarctica didn't happen until 300 years after this map was made. And we didn't know what the land looked like under the ice until we developed seismic sounding technology in the mid-20th century. So how could a 16th century admiral possibly know about it? So, how is this possible? Piri Reis himself wrote in the map's margin that he compiled it from around 20 older source maps, some from his contemporaries, and others dating back to the time of Alexander the Great, which he accessed from the Imperial Library in Constantinople. This has led to a breathtaking theory, championed by Professor Charles Hapgood in his 1966 book, Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings. Hapgood proposed that an unknown, highly advanced ancient civilization had mapped the entire world, including an ice-free Antarctica, thousands of years ago. He theorized a catastrophic Earth crust displacement, an event where the entire lithosphere of the planet shifted in one piece, which moved Antarctica into the polar circle, causing it to freeze over rapidly. Before that shift, he argued, it was temperate and inhabited. The original maps from this lost civilization were then copied and passed down through generations, eventually finding their way to cartographers like Piri Reis. It's a stunning idea, and one that even caught the attention of Albert Einstein, who wrote the foreword to one of Hapgood's earlier books, calling his theory an idea of original simplicity and great importance. Now, mainstream science has a different take. Skeptics argue that the landmass shown is simply a distorted representation of the South American coastline, bent to fit on the parchment, a common practice for the era. They point to inaccuracies in other parts of the map as evidence that it wasn't perfect. But the mystery deepens. The Piri Reis map isn't the only one. The 1531 Orontius Phineas map also shows a detailed Antarctic continent, complete with rivers and mountain ranges in the correct location. How could two different cartographers from the same era both make such a similar specific mistake? But the questions remain. How did Piri Reis draw a coastline so similar to a land hidden under miles of ice, 3 centuries before its official discovery? Was it a lucky guess, a cartographic error, or a genuine fragment of a lost chapter of human history? The map remains a tantalizing enigma, a first clue that Antarctica's history might be far older and stranger than we ever imagined. Fast forward to the space age. In the 1970s, using airborne radar to penetrate the ice, scientists made a discovery that sounds like something out of a Jules Verne novel. 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles, directly beneath the coldest spot on Earth, the Russian Vostok station, they found water. This wasn't just a small pool. This was Lake Vostok, one of the largest and deepest lakes on the planet. It's about the size of Lake Ontario, but in some places, it's over 1,000 meters deep. It has been sealed off from the surface, trapped under the crushing weight of the ice sheet, for at least 15 million years. Its existence is a miracle of physics. The immense pressure from the ice above lowers the freezing point of water, while geothermal heat from the Earth below keeps it liquid. Imagine a world that hasn't seen sunlight or felt the open air for 15 million years. The pressure is over 350 times that of our atmosphere. The darkness is total, and the water is supersaturated with oxygen to levels that would be toxic to most life on the surface. Scientists believe this is one of the most unique extreme environments on our planet. Anything living down there would be a true alien. For decades, a Russian team at Vostok Station slowly drilled down, a painstaking process that took over 20 years. They had to invent new technologies to avoid contaminating this pristine, ancient world with modern microbes. But as they got closer, they discovered something else. Something strange. A massive magnetic anomaly was detected, spanning over 1,000 square kilometers. A magnetic signature this strong is highly unusual. Scientists speculate it could be caused by a thinning of the Earth's crust in that region, leading to geothermal activity, a volcanic hotspot warming the lake from below, creating a potential cradle for life. But this anomaly, combined with the extreme isolation of the lake, has fueled more speculative theories. Some have suggested the anomaly could be caused by a large concentration of metals, perhaps a massive iron meteorite that crashed there before the ice formed. Others whisper about something far more bizarre. A structure, something artificial, resting at the bottom of the lake, giving off this magnetic signature. Could it be a city from Hapgood's ancient civilization? A crashed extraterrestrial vehicle? In 2012, the Russian team finally breached the lake. The water samples they brought back contained traces of DNA, some from known bacteria and fungi, but many others were completely unidentifiable. Fragments that didn't match anything in our global genetic databases. The full results of the exploration remain closely guarded, the data released slowly and sporadically, only adding to the mystery. Lake Vostok and the 400 other subglacial lakes we've since discovered represent a pristine, alien world locked beneath the ice, and we have only just barely scratched its surface. For now, the continent keeps its secrets, but the ice is a ticking clock, and the greatest discovery in Antarctica may be the one that is yet to come.